What's going on, guys? We got a little short, simple walkthrough video here on how to edit certain settings within your Wix settings. We're going to make it a short, simple, easy video for you. So if you're a business owner, agency, or someone who's just trying to play around in Wix, I'll let you kind of know where are the settings in the Wix dashboard and how can you edit some of the plugins that you may kind of install. So let's go ahead and jump into it. Okay, cool. So this is what your Wix dashboard will look like. When you kind of go through and you create your website and you press save or publish on that template that you may have made or just started from scratch, when you always log back into your Wix account, it will then lead you here, which is your Wix dashboard. If you wanted to, real quick, if you wanted to get back to your website to edit your website, you'll click this button here. Right as I'm hovering over it, it's turning blue, and that's how you can actually edit the actual site. But for the most part here, what Wix does is a great job of not only giving you some information here in the center about how you can kind of send, text messages, set up local deliveries, right? Receive your booking settings, review your booking settings, right? So there are some ways that you can access it here, but for the bulk of that information, right, you'll always be leveraging this left-hand side navigation panel here. So here is the settings tab here for you. But before we get into that, most people have like a good question about like saying like, well, when I first logged into my site, I didn't see the store or possibly the booking services, gift cards, blogs, subscriptions, all of this stuff. I didn't see that in there. So let's jump a little bit kind of into how to get some of those plugins on your dashboard and on your website. So what we'll do is we'll go down here in this left-hand side navigation panel and we'll find apps. It might be second from the bottom, third from the bottom, kind of just depends on what you have in your dashboard at that time. And then you'll just go over to the app market. And then once you're in your app market, what you'll do, you'll be able to kind of now play around right in the app market, and you can figure out marketing, sell online, right, media, team picks from Wix, collect leads. There's a lot of different things that you can do. However, some of these plugins do require additional monthly fees, right, per se. And so what I always recommend to people is check the Wix plugins first, because once you actually set up your account and you pay for your actual premium, just having a site on here will give you leverage to most of the Wix plugins, right, per se. However, in order for some of them to work, you will need a premium, which, say if you do the monthly premium, which is like $30 to $112 a month, or if you want to pay in full for the year for the Wix premium, which basically lets you be able to leverage some of these applications and make them go live on your site. And in the year premiums, you can save a bigger discount, a bigger portion off of that. So it could go anywhere from as little as, I think it's like $162 for the year, or as high as the the enterprise level, right? Payment to where you would have to reach out to them. But it does range, and it ranges from platform. So the prices for editor is different than the editor X, which is different from the new and released Wix Studio. But I just like to go up here into the search bar and type in Wix. And then from here, as you can see, there are a ton of free Wix plugins. And what I mean by free is that it's no additional cost to you on top of your premium that you're paying to make your website go live. As long as you have a Wix premium account, you are able to leverage Wix plugins for free. And so, as you can see here, I've downloaded a couple like, Wix Gallery, the Wix email marketing in here. They have some other good ones like the Wix event and tickets, Wix booking I've already installed. For the ones that you do want to go ahead and bring in, it says here free to install. So we'll just kind of run through one here really quick. I want to do Wix events and tickets. So I'm just going to go to add to site. And then, so it lets you go to the editor to start editing that page, or lets you go to the dashboard. So I'm just going to go ahead and go to the dashboard. It'll navigate me back to my home dashboard for this particular site, which is Need to Know Finance. And then now, here we go, right? Now we have events put into our dashboard here. So let's kind of break down this dashboard. These are the three primary tools, right, that you will kind of always use. You'll always kind of be able to go to your home, which will lead you to be able to edit site. Your activities will be the site activities that are going on, how many people are viewing it, how many people are dropping off, and then the site apps, site and apps. So you can go to the website, the mobile app, and branding app. Now the next set here is all of the app or plugins that you install will be found here in the second section. This is really your marketing and contact section, and then from here down on is mainly just really focusing on the App Store and the settings. So let's click on settings here and jump into the settings. Now from here, this is where you're able to manage all of your setting options that you want to be able to set up. So we can go to e-commerce settings here. We can do automatically create invoices, minimum order subtotal. So, hey, I can say like, hey, before someone checks out, right, they have to have a minimum order of $30. I can then click on terms, privacy policy, return, right, digital items, and contact us section, right, so that when someone buys that product, this information always pops up. I can display the tax info on it. So if I wanted to click this here, you can see that sales tax is included. If not, the sales tax will be calculated at the end. And then checkout fields, right? What are the checkout fields that I want someone to kind of fill out before they kind of check out? Now you say company name, address, phone. Like what about if I want their first and their last name? In the checkout system, when they put in their credit card, it already asks for that information, but you can always click on additional info here and check the fill title of what they want. So I can say, any request, right? And make this field mandatory here. So pretty simple, right? You can do policy check boxes here, and this will be a little bit more in regards to the actual user, and we'll kind of get into that here in a minute. Gift cards, order emails, right? So you can get an email when an order has been placed, confirmation for shipping, resend download links, and ready for pickup. Cool. So now I want to get back to my settings here. Let's go through the next thing, which is the booking settings. So a lot to actually take into consideration here. You can do your default hours. You can do your email and text message reminders. You can also set up your booking form, right? So you can do, what's the info, first name, last name, phone, number of participants that will be attending, right? If they book it, pay now, request to book. So that's pretty cool. Booking policy as well, and then the cart checkout, which is new. So clients can use a cart to book multiple sessions in a single checkout. So that is pretty cool. You can activate this guy here, or what you can do is you can build your own subscription. So instead of having someone pay for 5 bookings, you can give that incentive to say, hey, if you want to pay for 5 bookings, that's awesome. But if you want to have a monthly subscription, something that's really sticky, right? And say you can get the same amount of 5 bookings, right, for this price if you were to book individually, right, per se, for $100, which would be $500, or you can get my subscription base, right, for $50, right, per booking, for that actual month. So to kind of clarify there, right, you would then charge $250, right, per se, for your subscription, as opposed to $500. Now, why would you want to do that? Well, because you'll make up that $250 next month when that subscription renews, because it has to be on a renewed subscription, right? Now, you take that and you multiply that by 12, right? And that would be $3,000 for the year, as opposed to the $500 for just the 5 bookings. So something to keep in mind. So we can go back to the settings here. This is where you can set up your taxes. Super easy to set up your taxes. You can go to add country, United States. I'm in California, so I'm going to press add, and then you can do on all products, right, would be 7.25%, and all services 7.25% as well. You can decide to tax on shipping as well. I'm just gonna go ahead and press save, and you can include the tax in the item or at checkout, which is pretty cool. The next thing is accepting payments online. What you can do here is pretty simple. You can accept a debit card, credit card, PayPal, or manual payments, or you can go to this option here. You can choose from all of these vendors here, or third-party merchant services. Or what you can do is you can go to see more options, and they have Stripe, Priority, Square, Braintree, Bankful, right? And the list kind of goes on. So that's pretty cool. Now, if I want to get back to my settings, instead of clicking on settings here, I'll just use this navigational path here and click on settings. Shipping and fulfillment, super easy to do as well. So I'm going to click off international because I don't do international. I just do here in the United States. Already populates for all 54 states. What I can do is I can choose free shipping, flat rate, rate by weight, rate by price, rate by product, or USPS calculated rates, which I really do like that. I think that that's like usually the best option. However, if you're someone who's doing t-shirts, shorts, hats, and stuff, I would use this. If you're someone who's shipping complex like weight structures, you do have to do rate by weight here. Right, and you have to put in the range and the prices of what that would usually charge, and you can just basically go to USPS and get an estimate weight range of what that cost, right? And so 0 to 60 pounds would cost X amount, or 60 and up would cost X amount. Right, you can offer free shipping when a customer buys over a certain amount in here as well. You can also do local delivery and pickup, so pretty cool that you can be able to do that as well. So I'm going to go ahead and just disregard these changes here. Cool. And so now the point of sale, that's a little bit more of an in-depth video that I really am going to save some time to kind of do separate from this video. But basically, if you have a point of sale, like such as like a restaurant, this is where you would be able to go and click on that. Your business info, pretty simple here, right? You can go ahead and click on the name, the logo of the business, basically what this is about, the area, email, and phone so that people can reach out to you. The website settings are super important as well, because this is where you're actually able to put your little favicon icon, right? Which is this little icon that we see up here in this tab, like Wix has on theirs. You can upload your general social media and your Facebook as well. And then a couple other things here is that will kind of just fly on by, which is language. This is where you can change the language. Invoice and quoting. This is where you can kind of control your invoices and your quotes. The manage the plan is the plan that you have as a premium. Also, what you can do is your domains. So you can manage your domains from in here, right? And add a secondary domain or a third domain in there to basically redirect to a primary domain. Roles and permissions. Here is where you're able to invite collaborators. So like, say for instance, you wanted to give me a call and you're like, hey Nick, like I need help with a part on my website. You can go up to here and invite collaborators. You can type in my email address, right? Or any collaborator for that, family member, friend, someone who really kind of knows about websites, and you just need a couple of things on your website to be changed. And also, you can provide it for a marketing maintenance, someone who is a website manager, CMS, which is basically like Wix's back end for their database, billing manager, domain manager, right? So a blog editor, a blog writer. So a lot of different roles that you can kind of choose here. If you're a restaurant, right, they can have cashier access only. So they give you a lot of different roles and permissions here, which is super useful. I'm going to go discard this change here. And then we have the site members. Privacy and cookies is a separate video that I'm going to get into as well. But let's go to the site members here. This is pretty neat. So sign up and log in. So you can now choose, right, to either have anyone sign up on your site or only people I manually approve, which is super cool. You can make it require an email confirmation for a new member, just so you're not getting spammed with new members. And you can add, right, an actual additional step in order for that member to have to sign up, which is pretty cool. You can go back to the site member here, member privacy. So now you can do member profile privacy here, so that a member may be on there that, like, maybe you're running kind of like a social media type of platform, and you want people to be able to see all of your posts or interact with comments, really get the user base engaged. Maybe there is some content on there that they don't want other people to see, and you can give them that privacy as well. And we'll get into another video on how to make membership privacy pages for your members only, where they can access that through within their membership dashboard. And last but not least is the membership page, right? And then the member account and profile info. This is just like super simple about how you want someone to kind of sign up. And when they do sign up, what information should be shown on their profile for them. You can add other fields in here, such as address, birthday, company, and positions. Birthday, I think, is always usually pretty cool for e-commerce shops because you can remember somebody's birthday and then target that person and say, hey, on their birthday, send them a 10% discount code on anything in my store. So other than that, that is basically the primary general settings that we've gone over. The communication and the advanced settings we'll get into in another video, but I hope this was helpful for you to kind of understand, like, hey, like, where are my settings on my Wix website, and how am I able to kind of interact with that, right? Very simple. You just go down here into your settings, click on one of your settings here, and really engage right within each of those settings, and kind of like understand that, like, you know, each section in these settings are meant for a purpose. So feel free to read it over very carefully and understand, right, that if there's something that that Wix doesn't have in these settings, then unfortunately they don't provide it. But I think that they've done a phenomenal job of implementing the things that are necessary. And with those basic essentials that Wix.com is really giving you, you're able to kind of really do as much as you really need to do with that type of platform, right? Whether it be an e-commerce, booking, event tickets, so on and so forth. When it requires customer interaction and them having a checkout process, those settings will be sufficient enough for you. Now, if you are looking for something a little bit more advanced, right, then that's where you'll want to go with like a WordPress website, which will be able to really handle all of those complex conditional logic steps, right, that you want your clients to kind of take step by step. So I hope that was super helpful for you. And if you want, feel free to hit the subscribe button or don't. I mean, you know, either or. It's really kind of in your hands. All that I really do hope for is that these videos and the videos to come really help you guys out. And that's really what these are all about. So with that being said, I hope you enjoy your day or night wherever you are in this place that we all call home. Have a good one.